Apparently, I will never grow out of this phase. Today, we are going to install an intake on my boring little blue 2017 Honda Civic. Okay, so here is the engine bay. Here's the stock air intake. Luckily, the tube that I bought is exactly the same angle and size as this squishy rubber one. And this is my air sensor. So to get the filter to sit closer towards the front of the car where the colder air is, I had to buy an extension piece that's about, I think it's about 6 inches long. And what I'm gonna end up doing is drilling a hole in the new piece and then putting a grommet so the new air sensor can fit. And let's see how it looks when it's all done. The old filter. That's the old looking one. And here's the new one. It's virtually same size. So this is the adapter that goes onto the engine right here. And the existing hose plugs in nicely right there. Now the hose that my intake came with is this one. And this just goes in there. It's too loose and it's about the same diameter here. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm just gonna, without damaging the grommet, I'm just gonna kind of figure out a way that I can snake that guy through and have him stop like that. So then I can add it onto the intake, but we'll see how that's gonna work. Perfect. So now this will replace this one by going right there. Perfect. Yep, nice and secure. And I want to make sure that this tube is all the way up to this line right here. So you really, and if you look on the inside, he's in. Look how cool that is, carbon fiber. It's probably easier to put this guy on first. Okay, now here's the part that I'm talking about. We need to reinstall the sensor. So I got this other tube right here. I might actually have to cut this down a little bit now that I'm looking at it, but I'm gonna put that here so then I can drill the hole somewhere over here so the map sensor can go right back in, and then I'll have my air filter sit here. And if this is too big, maybe I'll cut a couple of inches off to make sure that the filter will sit properly. But before we do that, you gotta take up these push pins to get this last piece of the airbox out. It is much easier to take off this entire front panel with all the push fasteners. And I'm gonna try to just get this fastener, this bad boy, to remove the airbox, because those two bolts that are back here and here are really hard to try to get a wrench inside. All right, prying this up, you could use the upholstery tool and crank it, or you could use a hammer. And once those bolts for the whole airbox, it just pries right up. Now this is the other portion of the airbox. I see right there. Right there's one more bolt. It's probably a 10 millimeter. I'm assuming if I pull that out, I'll be able to get this whole thing out. This you could leave in here. I'm not doing a cold air intake, I'm doing a short ram, so the filter is gonna sit up here. But I'm probably gonna take that out just to remove some of the weight off of the car. All right, here comes the hard part now. So we gotta drill the hole for the mass air sensor. So I measured it out. Right there is probably good for the hole, because then I can drill the bolts here and here. But this tube is a little too long. So I'm gonna have to cut the tube down too. I figure to about here, and then this much of the filter is gonna slide on. So it'll probably end up about here. And that should still clear enough for the bolts to go on, for the sensor to fit. I have a little bit of play. This guy will be nice and secure. This filter will probably sit right up here, so it'll get some nice cool air from down there, but it won't get so dirty from all the dirt and stuff. And one part, I'm gonna take a hacksaw to this and drill that. This is plastic, so this should, you know, hopefully be easy and come out nice and perfect. And hopefully I don't screw it up. And then by that point, it'll be done. All right, this part was a little sketchy to film, but I had to use this drill bit to make the mass air sensor fit on my pipe that I also had to cut with a hacksaw, but it fits really nicely in there. It doesn't go all the way in. I don't think that's gonna be a problem, but once I put the screws in to secure it, I think that should be fine. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna accelerate onto the parkway. I hope she sounds good. Here we go. Give me the noise, baby. Wow, that sounds fucking great.